Gala Games is currently the largest Web3 gaming studio on the planet. With over 50 games on their marketplace, there is no shortage of gameplay when it comes to Gala Games. With this being said, it could be quite troublesome to find the best games in the Gala Games ecosystem, but don't worry, because my channel is literally dedicated to Gala Games. So in this video, we're going to be going over the top 10 Gala games that I personally am most excited about. Of course, if you want to go ahead and support the channel, like and subscribe, and let's get into the list. Number 10. Now, to start off this list, Legends Reborn is probably my favorite trading card game in the Gala Games list. With this being said, it's really just not my favorite genre, so I decided to put them in number 10. What's really cool about Legends Reborn is that they're taking the regular trading card game genre and putting a fun twist to it, with giving player ownership on these things called venues, which essentially is just the places that you're going to be playing the Legends Reborn games in. On top of that, they have a weekly competition that gives users a play to earn token, which they haven't yielded yet, but will possibly do so when the game comes out. For those who are looking into getting into Web3 gaming but don't really have a budget, the team over at Legends Reborn is actually going to have free-to-play decks that people can use, so you don't really need to pay anything to get into the game. Number 9. Dragon Strike quite literally is making history in the Web3 gaming space. With them being live in the App Store right now, you can get into Dragon Strike, a game with over 500,000 downloads on it, and have some fun with their NFTs. In fact, if you spend $100 in their game, you get this thing called a scroll of minting. You can go ahead and mint NFTs, and that's kind of the play to earn component from the Dragon Strike game. It's a match 3 game, it's an RPG game, and overall, if you're big into puzzle games that also have guild components, you're gonna love Dragon Strike. Dragon Strike is 100% free to play, so if you're looking for free to play games on mobile, this is your one, and it's live right now. Number 8. This game has partnered with AMC's The Walking Dead to make The Walking Dead Empires. Yeah, it's that TV show that literally everyone keeps talking about, or at least talked about a couple of years ago. And so this is a multiplayer game where you have to scavenge for resources, build up your base, which is made out of wood as of the time of this recording. And as well as that, there is a player versus player element, which makes the game pretty damn fun. It is a top-down zombie survival game, as you may or may not have guessed based on the title, but witnessing a huge IP getting into the space, it is going to be pretty cool to see how this game comes out when it's fully released. In fact, they're having a playtest really soon, so do feel free to wait for that if you want to see more information on The Walking Dead Empires. Number 7. Grid is going to be coming out in 2023. You heard it right. This is a battle royale game that is from Gala Games that is coming out this year that you're watching this video on. So it's truly incredible to have a wild west battle royale game featuring hundreds of players battling out in one arena. That's unique in its own right, because guess what? The zones are different. They've got these things called like perks and prestiges and challenges that you have to go through to be able to get through to the next side. And honestly, it's really cool. Sometimes the zone goes around trains, sometimes the zone goes around players, sometimes the zone just doesn't go anywhere and it goes wherever it wants. But overall, there are a lot of complexities that make this game super interesting. And so this is yet again going to be another free to play game that comes out for Gala Games in 2023. Number 6. So Bitbender is literally obsessed with this game. Every time I talk to this guy, he just keeps mentioning Last Expedition. Last Expedition, yeah, it's number 6 on this list. It's definitely number 1 on Bitbender's list. But this is essentially an extraction, player versus environment, extraction FPS game. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but pretty much you go ahead, start the game off, you're against other players in the same map, and you're trying to get, whatever resource it is that you're trying to get out to your ship so you can get the heck out of there. There's actually a bunch of aliens, and the game does get really intense by the end of it. The weapons are pretty fleshed out, and overall, for a AAA game in 2023, it's really holding its own. Have you ever felt like you just wanted to get into the Gala Games ecosystem, but you're kind of like, where do I even go to make an account? How do I support classic crypto? Well, this video is sponsored by you guys, the people that watch my videos, because I do have a Gala Games affiliate link where you could go ahead and not only support the channel, but get into the ecosystem at a time where not a lot of people are really looking into it. You could be one of the first ones to create a Gala Games account using the affiliate link from Classic Crypto in the description, as well as in the pinned comment below, and get started today. Number 5! You remember how I said Bitbender's number 1 is Expedition? Well, if I had to put a little bit of bias on a game, Champions Arena, which is the number 5 on this list, is it. It is literally a turn-based RPG game. It's gonna be on mobile. You can collect a bunch of different NFTs, which are just characters. It's that gacha game that everybody knows and loves on mobile, except it's gonna have Web3 components so people can actually resell assets. I love the idea behind this. I love the fact that they have unique features, such as you can go ahead and upgrade abilities into different tiers. There's a level 1, which is bronze. There's a level 2, which is silver. A gold ability, which is OP as heck. And overall, with that fun dynamic, I'm going to be playing a lot of Champions Arena. Number 4! The most popular Gala game on this list is probably gonna be Townstar. It's the number 4 in this list because it's more of a casual game, and its play-to-earn ecosystem is a bit dead right now. In fact, they're currently restructuring it, getting totally rid of their Town coin. Of course, this is a game in beta, so this is something continuously being developed, but Townstar is a really fun game. It's actually made by the co-founder of Zynga, which you may have guessed it, but this game looks a heck of a lot like Farmville, which may or may not have been a Zynga game. So massively successful. You can kind of tell why Townstar is so popular. If you want a tip on Townstar, it's just play the game, because there's going to be a lot of them when this goes play to earn again. Number 3. Mirandus is the greatest MMORPG of our time, says the majority of the Mirandus community, as McCarthy, I've kept hearing this guy's name over and over the past month or so, is going to possibly create the largest Gala game to ever exist. It's no small feat either, because this is the definition of a AAA Web3 game. I mean, the most expensive NFT ever sold was from Mirandus. It was this thing called Citadel, and it's sold for like $800,000. So people are really excited for this title. It's your MMORPG, but it's got a ton of different elements. For example, everything created in the game is going to be created from players on the ground up. You actually own these things called deeds, which are pretty much land plots or buildings, or they could be vehicles like boats. So there's a ton of depth when it comes to the game. It also runs off of a utility token called Materium, which is the magic of the land. So you're definitely going to want to look into how you can utilize magic to the best of your ability. You don't want to just be throwing it out everywhere, but it looks really nice. It's getting so much better, and it's probably going to be the most impressive Gala game in terms of gameplay loop. The reason I decided to put it at number 3 is because of the fact that you do unfortunately need to own an exemplar to play the game. Now, there is a tavern game, which is a card game, which is free to play for people that don't want to spend, so you can take advantage of the ecosystem there, but you kind of do need an exemplar to play the full game. Number 2. This is awesome. It's an esports game. It's made by an award-winning gaming studio, and it's probably going to become at some point one of the bigger Gala games in the ecosystem. It's live right now. You can hop on there. If you're free to play, it don't matter. You can be a part of the pilot program. If you don't want to be a part of it, by all means, you can just go ahead and hop into the game. But this is Spider Tanks. It is a MOBA, which, if you have looked at my channel description, I am obsessed with multiplayer online battle arenas. I hit Challenger in League of Legends, and that's why I've put over 1,000 matches into Spider Tanks. And we've literally casted an esports tournament on this channel about Spider Tanks. So to say the least, I am really excited to see how Gala Games tackles the play to earn component for this game, but I am just so excited to see how the Gala Games esports realm grows as a result of this just growing ecosystem. Number 1, $20 for a AAA game. You heard it right. early access pass. It's 20 bucks, and it's Superior, the #1 game on this list. Now, it was Spider Tanks probably a month ago, but the team at Drifter is so good at making updates, and they're so consistent, which is the thing I don't like about Spider Tanks. They take a little bit longer with their updates. Superior literally updates their game like every week. I went and did a stream on Superior, and I just played through the game. It was really easy, and I kept saying, oh, it's an easy game, and you know, there's not a lot of depth to it. Literally the week after, they made it 10 times harder, and I was struggling to get past the beginning. But that's exactly what you need in a roguelite. And so Superior is easily the best game on this list right now. They've got the best development team. They've got the best gameplay. They're coming out in 2023. You can pretty much play free. I mean, it's so cheap to get into. You don't have to worry about the NFT component. And in terms of play to earn, it's probably going to come from like speed runs, which has nothing to do with pay to win. So this is easily, by far, my favorite Gala game in 2023. And so I hope you enjoyed my list of the top 10 Gala games that you can pretty much essentially play now. I mean, these games are coming out really soon. They play really well. And for the largest crypto gaming ecosystem out there, you may as well give it a try. So if you enjoyed the video, as always, stay safe, stay classy, and that's all.